York playing host to Proviso West, and I am Dave Owen along with Kevin Krebs this week. Back to a twosome after a week with Vincent Smith of the Bears, and should have a pretty good ball game before playing a very tough schedule, though, so a misleading record.
Yeah, I think both coaches are expecting a tough defensive ball game tonight. York had a good game last week. Their special teams really made the difference. They had 3 block punts against Oak Park, ran back a kickoff for 85 yards.
A close game to Lyons Township. Beat Hinsdale Central, a team that's 4-3 right now, and also a loss to Glenbard West and Willowbrook. Both of those teams definitely heading to the playoffs. York has taken on all comers. It's hurt them in their record a little bit, but they played some pretty good football this year, hoping now to be in a position of spoiler for Proviso West.
Well, Proviso West has got 4 Division I prospects on their team, tremendous team speed on defense, and we were talking to their coach before the game, and one of their young men, Ramil Connor, just committed to the Fighting Illini.
And
so
that broke all the hearts in Evanston and many other Big Ten towns. But he will be a player to watch tonight, definitely. He wears number 79, Ramel Connor, and another player, Anon Miller, is being recruited heavily by many colleges. Both of those players will be people to watch.
Well, not only do those 2 guys have size, but they've also got tremendous foot speed, and that's what the big-time college programs are after. Especially now, the last 5-6 years, you've had a trend, with the University of Miami and Dallas Cowboys go for the speed, and that's what really makes a difference on the defensive side of the football. Is if you got that team speed, you don't give up the long plays, and Proviso West has really used that speed to turn their program around. The coach has done a great job there the last 2 years. They were in a similar situation, 4-3 last year, and they lost their last 2 games, finished up at 4-5. And they're looking to get some positives here tonight and try and build to the state playoffs, and if not, try and get the winning record and just gradually work your way over that hump.
Haven't had a winning record in a long time at Proviso West. Last year, you mentioned the 2 straight losses. They played Glenbard West to a great football game, took them to overtime in Glen Ellen in Week 8 last year. And following that, a little bit of a letdown. They lost to Downers Grove North by a pretty big margin at home. But John Wilson believes if they could have beaten Glenbard West, obviously could have been a much different story with a lot more at stake the next week. And now tonight, in exactly the same situation, need to win at York and then need to beat Glenbard West next week. That will be the opponent. But first things first, and Wilson talking to him before the game, pointing out that we have to get this game and forget about next week, 1 week at a time, definitely.
Well, York's really in a different situation, though. Their perennial power in the West Suburban Silver, makes state playoff appearances every year. And this year, they've had some tough games, given up some points, 20, 30 points a game on defense, especially early in the year. They had some problems, but now they've got things going in the right direction. And as you said, they're looking to play a bit of a spoiler role here tonight. But like I said, if they've got the defense and special teams, you can never count them out of a ball game.
There we are, our view from a perch high atop York High School, the press box. And down on the field, the York Dukes have been introduced. Some of their players to watch, we mentioned some of Proviso West standouts. Nat Zunkel, an offensive and defensive standout for York on the line. Right offensive tackle and also playing defensive tackle. Rory Mura, a fine receiver. Eric Anderson has averaged over 5 yards a carry, around 700 yards rushing on the year in the backfield. He's just a junior, number 21. And at quarterback, stepping in for his second start of the season, he had been out with a hand injury most of the year, Mike Connors. Mike Hain had been starting in his place for the first 5 weeks of the season, or 6 weeks of the season. And Connors starting against Oak Park, and will be in there again tonight as we look at John Wilson and the Panthers, hoping to invade Elmhurst and come out with a win tonight.
And Coach Wilson definitely has some tricks up his sleeve tonight, too. He was talking about some variations as far as offensive formations go, so you might want to stay tuned and keep an eye out for the polecat. And what was
the bobcat is the new one.
The bobcat and the polecat.
Could you try to explain this to the fans? They've got basically the center lines up, and there are 6 players split out wide left from the center, and that is the formation for both of those. And he beat Hinsdale Central with the polecat play last year run from that formation, and he has said you never know when it's coming, so it could be any play, any time. So don't miss anything tonight, fans. You'll see a very unusual formation, quite possibly. York will receive the opening kickoff.
When you least expect it, expect it. He's going to keep that one in the bag as long as possible.
I like that. He's got the feel for television. He says he's not telling you when it's coming, if it's coming even,
but it's there.
It is always hanging over, always a possibility. Proviso West in the white jerseys, red numbers. York in the all green.
All green. A big grass stain. Easier to wash the uniforms that way, I guess. You just take them home and throw them in the closet till next Friday night.
Proviso West kickoff coming from Anthony Anaya. He booted a field goal last week against Morton. Proviso West winning that game 10-0, and Kevin mentioning York beating Oak Park. The final score was 22-7. Opening kick, one hops, and dug out at the 15. Up the middle, pretty good return up to the 30-yard line, and that's where York will start as Eric Anderson, the 15-yard return.
It was a nice tackle by Chauncey Garner getting down there. Thought the returner had a bit of a cutback lane, but Garner closed it off, made a nice sound tackle. And York with the first offensive series of the ball game.
So 1st and 10, and that Proviso West defense has played extremely well the last few weeks. Shut out Morton last week, and in a loss to Hinsdale Central only allowed 10 points 2 weeks ago. Hoping to rise to the occasion one more time as 1st and 10, York. Connors the pitch, they'll want to reverse to Mura. Now back to Connors, looking to throw to Anderson. He can't hold on, incomplete. Out at about the 50-yard line.
Like a flea flicker to start things off. We were talking about tricks coming from the Proviso West sideline, but Gary Grauwinkle pulls one out of his bag to open up the ball game. They tried the flea flicker, fake the sweep to the right, fake the reverse back to the left, pitch it back to the quarterback, and he made a heck of a throw, but Anderson couldn't hang on to it.
Well, we talk about all of Proviso West tricks. The first play of the game, and Gary Grauwinkle testing our camera crew with a double reverse, and then Connors winding up with the ball back, the throwing incomplete. 2nd and 10, Anderson outside, has the corner turned, and he is up close to a first down, up to about the 38, 39-yard line.
That was a nice run. Kevin Bruns made some penetration on that play from his outside linebacker position, but kind of slipped, and the running back got around him.
Now mark him at the 37, so 7-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd and 3 for York. Shuffling in Brian Fay, number 3, along with Steve Porta, 35. And now Connors, number 7, returns to the huddle with the play. Brian Fay, a big play last week in that win over Oak Park. He had an 85-yard kick return for a touchdown. Turned a 9-7 York lead into 16-7. And key insurance score. Anderson with a key first down run here up to the 43. And the York possession continues.
There was no doubt about that one. 2 tights, 3 running backs in there, and they give it to Anderson. He picks up the first down. And York's done a pretty good job here the first couple plays, controlling the line of scrimmage. Proviso West has that speed and that beef on the defensive line, but York's coming out, fired up, making some good blocks.
Connors, hands, and this is Fay, outside right. Lowers the shoulder and bowls forward. He'll have another first down, it appears. He had Marquise Steverson measured and carried Steverson about another yard or two for the first down.
Yeah, Deshaun Burks also getting in on that tackle, but once again, another nice run. And the thing he did that time, he lowered the boom when he knew he was going to get hit. He fell forward and picked up an extra 3 or 4 yards.
13-yard pickup. Minutes to go first quarter. First drive of the game. Anderson running right. Had a lot of success that way, and again, York with a sizable pickup. Finally driven out of bounds by Solomon Percy, but that will be close to another first down.
Oh, it looks like Barker might be hurt.
And Barker is the Proviso West quarterback, number 4, running off the field. Also plays inside linebacker defensively. They have 6 two-way players, do the Panthers. Bring in the chains. We're going to measure this one, it appears.
York's really done a good job running the football here. There's nothing fancy about it. they've really picked on that right side. Good job of blocking on the right side of the offensive line.
Well, that's Nat Zunkel, right tackle, Matt Moran, right guard, and Dan Rourke, the center, along with other key blocks by receivers. John Bourne, Rory Mura are among those.
Wanted to try and get Rory's last name, but I wasn't quite sure, so I let you get the first crack at it. But yes, he's done a fine job. 2-3 nice blocks on this drive so far. And a little bit short, so York will trot on out with the 2nd and 1. Good down to maybe try and get one downfield before you try and pick up the first down.
There's Gary Grauwinkle. What a job he's done at York. This football program had really not been that strong until he got here. They'd had some down years, and they have had nothing but success. They have probably been, in the last 5-10 years, the most successful team in the West Suburban Silver.
Not that many, big name players, but just a sound, fundamental ball club. Good, always good defense, good running game, and seeing more of the same here tonight. At least running football so far.
2nd and short. Play action. Connors throwing. He's got a man complete. Inside the 20, 15, and out of bounds at about the 13. That is Justin Kirsch. I'll make that John Bourne, number 89, with the reception.
Well, John Bourne was wide open on that play. Kind of suspected that they were going to throw the football 2nd and 1, and very short one at that, so the first down was pretty much a gimme, so they had a free down to work with and got the ball downfield. Take another peek at this. The quarterback drops back and fires a nice pass, and as you see, not a defender in sight until he gets pushed out of bounds. And well, let's see, got a player down on the field,
right on the sideline, as you see. You see the 20-yard line marker right there. And a lot of York personnel over there examining. Appears to be Brian Fay. Is that correct? Oh, it is a Proviso player. And that would be Anthony Hurdle. So they are. It is Hurdle of Proviso West. Right cornerback.
Hopefully that's nothing too serious, especially with Barker going down the play before. We hope that both of those guys will be back in the game tonight, and so do the rest of the Proviso West fans out there.
John Wilson had commented that Hurdle would be in early offensively as well at running back, and he starts at cornerback, so another basically two-way player for the Panthers. They are not very deep, and the injuries are taking their toll. Quarterback Eric Reeves suffered a hip injury. He is out for the year. He suffered that injury in practice about 10 days ago. Nice. 1st and 10, carrying nothing there.
It was Anon Miller that time, just stuck one big paw out there and brought the running back down. And if you got that size and you get down low and use your leverage on top of that, you're going to be hard to get out of the way. And that time Miller just clogged up the middle and stuck out his left arm, brought the running back down.
He's big, 6'2", 260. Senior, 2nd and 11. Steve Borda in motion. They run right again. Anderson. And a pickup close to the 10-yard line. Hubert Thompson on the tackle. Hubert, better known as Boo Boo on the Proviso West football team.
Boo Boo. They got a Boo Boo and they got a Pinky. Chauncey Gardner, number 29.
That's in honor of Dennis Gentry, I guess. Former Bear, who wore number 29.
I will just see if he gets in the game and runs any draws on 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 12 for a gain of 4 or 5 up the middle.
Well, Garner's a tough, another tough runner. We're seeing two good juniors in the backfields of each team. Connors throwing right. Borda has it out of bounds. And it appears to be short of the first down.
I'll tell you what really set up that play was the quarterback, Mike Connors, doing a good job with the play fake. He really sold the fake and kind of held the defense a little bit. Hopefully we'll get to take another peek. You see Connor just giving in the fake and doesn't put too much zip on the ball, just puts it right on the button, and it's a little bit short. Well, what we got here? 4th down and about 5 from the 7-yard line.
Borda, as the field goal team comes on for York. Borda turned upfield and just couldn't stay in bounds on that play. He was going to be met at about the 5 anyway, so he would have been short. As it is a field goal attempt. Kick is up by Peter Trottier, and it is good.
Just kicked that line drive right through the goalpost. He was kind of in a tough spot over on the right hash. Had to hook it right through the goalpost. That was a nice kick on Trottier's part. And York's on top early, 3-zip.
Well, that drives 70 yards on 10 plays, and Tom Miller doing the job on the stats tonight. Thank you, Tom. 38 yards rushing on the drive and 25 passing among the key plays for York. And the big play at 21-yard pass to John Bourne, which on 2nd and 1, Krebs called it, being the old quarterback. He figured a pass could be in the offing on 2nd and a foot, and York paid big dividends with that one.
Dave Owens just got friends around press boxes throughout the west suburbs coming up and giving him stats.
Actually, it was a 63-yard drive. I said 70, but they only got to the 8, so I
gave him some bonus yardage.
Yeah.
That's all right, though. We'll forgive you.
And after all the build-up you've given me all year for the wondrous stats I've provided, here I can't even compute 70 minus 8, which is still 62. I think I said 63. We'll get it right.
Give it up.
We'll get it right. This is what happens when you get somebody in here who knows what they're doing on these things. At the 10, breaking free and still on his feet and across the 25 to the 26-yard line. That is Garner, a very elusive run, picking up a few extra yards for Proviso West.
Well, Pinky breaking a few tackles on the run back, and we'll get our first look at the Proviso West offense.
And that will be guided by Dorian Barker, who is in there. He left defensively, but is in there at quarterback. Number 4, 1st and 10. And up and breaking free down the left side, and Garner scurrying forward close to the 47-yard line.
A nice run by Garner that time. Broke free down the left sideline, and a late tackle by the York defense pushes him out of bounds, and he's up near midfield.
He got a great block there too. I don't know if we have a replay or not, but a great block right at the line of scrimmage. Freed Garner, and he did the rest, picking up 21 yards. Barker, who listed as a running back on the roster, had to move to quarterback with Reeves out. He hands, and nothing doing this time. First one there, Brian Fay. And Garner stopped for a loss.
Fay just found a hole and shot right through there. Tackles Garner for a loss, as you said. 2nd down and 11.
No chance to get outside that time. York stuffing the play immediately. Javon Alexander splitting out left. Solomon Bursey is out right. There's Barker under huddle. Under center, takes the snap, looks to throw. Pressured, and he's going down way back at the 30-yard line. Rory Miura.
Miura doing a nice job on offense, blocking from his tight end position. He comes on the defensive side of the football, too. Brings down Barker. Gets his sack. Can't tell.
We'll take another look here. And Proviso only threw once last week, and obviously the pass protection breaking down on the first try here is Miura all over Barker and bringing him down. 3rd and 25, well, we'll call it 26 yards. And they run right. Hey, this is Garner breaking free. Look at him go down the sideline right. 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He's in the end zone. Chauncey Garner on 3rd and 26 breaks it for 69 yards, and Proviso West has taken the lead.
It's not too often you see a crossbuck on 3rd down and 26, but this time it works, and obviously Garner's got the speed. He gets down the right sideline, and Pinky was gone. We'll get to take a look at this. He gets inside, makes his way to the sideline, and then it's just a foot race last-ditch effort right here on the tackle, but he picks up his feet and makes it into the end zone, and Proviso West is on the board.
That's where that high step comes in handy. Not for show, but he just leaped right over the last tackler. And the extra point by Anea is good, and it is 7-3 Proviso West. Boy, is that a quick strike. Garner, as we take another look. Look at that speed.
Well, his nickname's Pinky, but he's got the sweetness high step going into the end zone right there.
I thought you were going to come up with, he had Proviso York under his thumb or something like that.
No, it's a little bit better than that.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Well, that's got to be a little demoralizing for the Duke defense. They made a nice play, fade with the tackle on first down for a loss of 1. And Mura comes up with a big sack of a loss of 15 yards on down number 2. And then third down and 26 rolls around, and you just give the ball up the middle. And Proviso West takes it all the way.
We have a state qualifying team, double team of Kelly Kieran and Tanya Durbeck. Kelly Kieran, Tanya Durbeck.
Proviso West will kick off here, leading 7-3. Well, the offense has been a little stagnant of late, but no problems yet tonight. Only 10 points against Morton last week, but a quick strike on their first possession. And Chauncey Garner, he had 60 yards rushing last week, and he is already at 89 in 3 carries.
Not a bad start.
At the 12, hurtling forward and up to about the 28-yard line, Eric Anderson. That's where York starts. They started at their own 30 on the last possession and wound up with a field goal. This time it'll be at the 27.
That was the one thing that York had to be concerned with coming into tonight's ball game is speed. And, you know, you talk so much about their speed on defense, but Garner just got around the corner and was able to break that one all the way.
York tries to answer. Anderson takes the pitch, and he's down the right sideline. Cuts back in, and still going forward across the 40. A good pickup for Eric Anderson. Give him 16 yards.
Well, obviously, that's something that they've picked up in scouting Proviso West and watching some game film is that they can run around the right side of their offensive line if they get some good blocking from their tight end. And Muir's done that thus far. But I don't know if that's a alignment problem on the Proviso West defense.
Run right again, Anderson. He'll be run out of bounds after another short pickup. Parker pushing him out. Pickup of about 2 yards.
Brian Fields running out onto the field for Proviso West.
5:47 showing in the first quarter, 7-3 Proviso West.
Just looking at this Proviso West roster. 285, 255, 260, 245, 285, 245, 270, 270. That's some beef, some big boys. They grown big at Proviso West.
2nd and 8. Connors with a hand and tripped up just across the line of scrimmage up to the 46-yard line.
Connors barely got that ball handed off, and he took a shot there himself.
It's Borda with the carry. So it'll be 3rd and long for York. 3rd down and a short 7 coming up. And timeout York. They're going to talk it over here. Gary Grellwinkle heads out to the huddle. He went to Northwestern. I believe he at least coached at Northwestern at one time.
Before my time, Dave.
It was a few years ago, I guess.
Well, York opted to burn a timeout here early in the first quarter. 52 seconds left, or 5:20?
5:20.
Okay, we got some stray lights going on the scoreboard up there. Threw
Looks
me
like
off.
Looks like one of those old Light Bright things they used to sell, that toy,
Around the corner.
where no matter how you arranged it, you would have some stray lights in there. Did you ever have that, or is that before your time?
No, I was more of the electronic football game where you plugged it in and the field vibrated and the guys spun around in circles all the time.
It took 3 minutes to set them up and 2 seconds to run the play, and half those things were probably banned for being fire hazards, but do they even sell those things anymore? I don't know if you have nephews that you shop for or anything.
I've got 9 nieces and nephews, but I think that game is well past its prime.
Well, you know where Kevin Krebs' Continental Cablevision paycheck is going at Christmas time. 9 nieces and nephews. That's a lot of.
Yeah, one paycheck covers it though, no problem.
A lot of gifts. Exactly.
Splurge, $4 or $5 on them all, and they got it covered.
3rd and 7. Connors play action, looking left this time, or looking right rather. He throws up and deflected away, incomplete. Rory Mura, the intended receiver, but couldn't come up with it.
Well, that time Connors had some time to throw the football. A good block in that play by the fullback, George Brown. Really gave him a couple extra seconds to throw the football, but Mura unable to hold on to the football. And that time they were faced with a 3rd and 7 from the right hash, and they faked the run to the right, rolls back out to the left, and good defensive play as well, slapping the ball out of the way. That was number 24, Solomon Bursey. But they'd like to run the football up to that point on the right side, but they were pushed up against the right hash. And got York calling another timeout here. I don't know if they didn't have enough guys on the field. And a late addition. Someone forgot to go out for the punt team. Eric Anderson strapping on his helmet and getting out there.
Well, you hate to burn another timeout. York with the ball at their own 46. And a punt situation coming up. So we get a look at some of the very large crowd for homecoming tonight at York High School.
Homecoming tonight, the big homecoming dance tomorrow night. I think my girlfriend's little brother, who's a sophomore at York's been planning for tomorrow night for about the last month. They do it up in style out here in Elmhurst. A bunch of guys got together, getting a limousine for homecoming, and
wow,
they didn't do that at Lane Tech. No, we all piled in a station wagon.
That's pulling out all the stops right there. 4th and 7, we are set after a second timeout by York. Boy, one hop snap, Stratton gets down, boots it away. And it is a good punt. Inside the 5, can they keep it in? It'll roll dead inside the 5.
I tell you what, Dave, that'll be one of the best punts we see all year long. It was a bad snap. He did a nice job. He didn't hurry it. He was calm. He fielded it cleanly, got a nice kick, and he turned the ball over, kicked it away from the return man, and then had the remote control going on the bounce because it was going right to the end zone, and then boop, right angle, stops the ball dead at about the 4-yard line.
Looked like one of your electric football players just took on a mind of its own and decided to roll dead at the 5. Great punt of 49 yards, no return, obviously, and the snapper actually downed the ball.
No fair.
Tom points out to us. Boy, that's the way to get downfield. 1st and 10.
Dave's getting notes passed along the press box. He's getting stats. He's getting notes on who made tackles. But I guess when you're shoved into the far right corner of the press box and you can't see around the pole, that's what you got to do. You got some enthusiasm up in the sideline. Guys don't have any chest hair yet because they're only about 16 years old, but
they can spell. At least they had the Y, the O, the R,
right.
and the K in the right order. So don't pan them too much, Kevin. 2nd and 9. And Proviso West just trying to dig their way out. Barker keeps that one.
Thought you were going to slip into your Harry Carey and give me the York spelled backwards.
I don't even know if Harry could pull that one off. They need another
Right.
foul in there.
Right, yeah.
Ball out to the 9. 3rd down and 6. That punt by Tim Stratton has put Proviso West in a bit of a bind. 3:40 left in the first quarter. 7-3 Proviso West. Barker hands, and Garner with a quick move is across the 15 to the 16-yard line. That last juke he put on picked up 2 or 3 extra yards for himself, and he has himself a first down.
Kevin Kehoe, one of the guys in on the tackle, number 71. But yeah, as you were saying, it was a nice little quick juke at the end, picked up a couple yards and got Proviso West a first down. We get to take a look at number 4, the quarterback, Dorian Barker. We got to get that boy some quarterback pads. He looks like he's going to attack his own center. He's got the linebacker pads, big shoulder pads, neck roll.
First and 10, Barker looked to throw, now tucks it away. And he will go down at about the 17. Short pickup.
Well, Barker was trying to make his cut. Looked like that was a quarterback draw, and had his right tackle lead block, and Ramil Connor, the big boy, as we talked about in the pregame, going to U of I, but he just pushed him out of the way, said, "Get me a blocker, get out of my way." But Connor couldn't put a hat on anybody, and York makes a stick after a short gain, 2 yards on the play.
Barker on second down, hands to Garner, and brought down in the backfield.
Hey.
Brian Fay with his second tackle for a loss already here tonight in the first quarter. And that sets up a 3rd and long. Back at about the 14. I'll call it the 15. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, it's not a 3rd and 26, but 3rd and 11. We'll see if York comes up, gets a stop this time.
Barker hands second back, and Garner brought down out at about the 15. So only gets one of the yards back this time. 4th down.
Get a look at number 21, Eric Anderson, one of the guys in on that tackle, and I thought Garner was going to do some shaking and juking again, but they held on to his feet, and he couldn't get it going. So Proviso West is forced to punt. And York should get some good field position out of this one.
Number 30, Anthony Anaya.
Anaya with the punt. And York was coming, but he got it away to the 49-yard line. And with the return, Jim Miller is up to about the 36. 13-yard return by Miller.
There you get a look at the young punt returner, Jim Miller, junior defensive back, 5'7", 130.
Tell you what, they list Garner at 5'6", 160. Yeah, he doesn't look 160 either. He's got a couple of...
160 with all his pads, shoes, helmet, and books.
1st and 10. Connor is in the quick flat to Trottier, and he is out of bounds after a pickup to about the 30.
Dukes are liking that right side. They've just been working that the whole first quarter. Most of it's been on the ground. That time, Connors with a nice pass into the right flat.
Down to 22 seconds and counting in the first quarter.
Pretty quick quarter.
Connors has been impressive thus far. The one, I think he's had 2 balls that were off the receiver's hands, including that first one on the reverse. Everything else has been complete. Look at Brown breaking tackles and still going forward across the 20-yard line. George Brown.
That'll be the last play of the first quarter, but that was a nice play by Brown. Proviso West trying to tackle the football and not the runner. And Brown kept his legs going, managed to get through the hole, shake a couple tackles. You see here, we get an arm tackle, reach for the football, a spin, a broken tackle, keeps the legs going, finally brought down. And York finishes the first quarter impressively.
It all started with a great punt by Tim Stratton and It ends the first quarter uprising with George Brown, the 5'7", 135-pound junior, breaking tackles and taking it downfield. That crowd has something to cheer about, and we'll come back with a lot more second quarter action to come on Continental Cablevision.
The air dances with the waters, which brings the rain that feeds the land, that is home to the animals. All life dances together.
In a world so connected, choosing one environmental cause can be hard. Earthshare is 40 environmental charities working together. You and your company can help by calling 1-800-MY-SHARE.
All life lives, or doesn't, together.
When Raymond was 6, I was afraid to take him to the playground because they were doing drugs. When he was 10, I couldn't let him play ball in the schoolyard because of the gangs. When he was 15, I wouldn't let him go to any dances because there could be a fight or a shooting. Now he's a man, and I realize he's never been a kid.
Give your children back their childhood. Do something now. Call 1-800-WE-PREVENT. Together, we will take a bite out of crime.
Second quarter set to begin. And on the first play, this could be Borda on the carry. Maybe a sloppy exchange, but a very short pickup. Lost a yard.
She looks thrilled by the action.
Second and 11.
That's what Krebs looks like on a few of our broadcasts by the fourth quarter. I hope this won't be one of them.
It's that grad school thing, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and then being in school for 12 straight hours and then hustling out here.
She isn't in grad school yet, but maybe she'll liven up as the evening progresses. And Anderson trying to cut back. A flag comes down as he goes down at about the 18-yard line.
Flag down on the play.
That a second down and 11 carry. But this flag may set back York even further, and it will as a whole is signaled.
Well, I hate to see that. You get down inside the red zone, and the two things you want to avoid, turnovers and loss of yard, be it on a bad play or on a penalty, and that time York gets nabbed for a hold, and it's coming back.
Now Gary Growinkle having to search deeper into his playlist as his team is facing a second and 21 back at the 30.
Well, they got the ball on the left hash, so we'll see if they try to run it to the right side. They got a lot of room to work with on the strong side of the field. Got the two tights and the full house backfield.
Anderson in motion. Fumble. Tried to hand to Brown. It's loose, and Proviso West has it.
Well, that had to be some kind of miscommunication there.
Anon Miller coming up with it. Yeah, Brown just ran right by the Connors handoff, and Miller pounces on it for Proviso West. There he comes, number 71, coming back to play on offense. He seldom misses a play. And he didn't miss the ball there as it lay on the ground in front of him, and he was on top of it.
Fell into his lap.
At the 30, that stops a good threat for York. First and 10, Garner, or that is actually up to about the 33-yard line. That's Hurdle with his first carry. Anthony Hurdle, who, good to see him in there. He had been shaken up earlier along the sideline.
Hurdle gains 2 yards in that last play, second and 8.
He a 5'8", 160 senior. Proviso West, they have a lot of beef, and then they've got a lot of quick little guys to carry the ball. Good combination.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's always nice to have the big boys blocking and the quickness to run.
Second down, and no quickness is allowed there as York right on top of it. No gain, maybe even a loss. Brian Fay among the tacklers. And that was Hurdle again.
Well, that play was getting nowhere from the get-go. York really clogging up the line of scrimmage, and Fay coming up, making another stop. Third down and about 8 now for Proviso West.
There's Wilson, John Wilson. He has yet to call on the Bobcat, Polecat, or any other cat. It's 3rd and 8. And very little there is running a delay, and it'll bring up a punting situation. That was Garner. Proviso West holding to that 7-3 lead, but they're going to have to punt again, it appears.
Well, York's defense with a nice job, but I'm sure the offense is really kicking themselves right now because they had a couple of good opportunities, had to settle for a field goal the first time, and that time they turned the ball over.
Oh, gets the punt away. Anaya, boy, he booms one too. Miller has to retreat, now bounces, and he'll wisely stay away from it. It'll roll dead at the 26.
Ball rolls dead, 26-yard line.
That's 2 of the best punts we've seen so far this season.
That's a 42-yarder, no
At
return.
the end of the game, fans, you might want to stick around and take a listen to our band. They're going to go on a little...
That wouldn't happen to be the special teams coach, would it, do you think?
I don't know if he's upset because his team might have had a chance to block that one. As we talked about in the pregame, they blocked 3 last week and came very close to blocking that one. But a nice job by Proviso West, get a 42-yard punt. See last-minute guys running in there for the Dukes.
8:16 and counting in the first half. Hi there. A few waves and a few smiles. Always like to see that. 1st and 10. Connors pitching. Anderson running left, and not much there after the 27-yard line.
Maybe that's why they've been running to the right side all night. There were 4 guys waiting over there.
1 yard by Anderson, 2nd and 9. York.
They had Flozell Adams a couple years ago. Proviso West did, who was
Last year,
now at
didn't they?
Michigan State. I think it was last year even. And they ran, I think, behind him like 90% of the time.
And
to his side.
Don't forget one of my favorite names, Famous Holbert.
That's right.
If I'm not mistaken, he went to University of Illinois as well, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. And Adams at Michigan State. Adams was great. He would play football tremendously, and then at halftime he'd look down there and he'd be in the marching band in full uniform. Unbelievable. Talk about a guy who played every play. Didn't miss a beat, you might say. Oh! Connors, as the flags fly, will sort out the penalty. He is over talking to his coach Grauwinkle.
I'll give you that one. That one wasn't too bad.
Offside, Proviso West. Encroachment, Proviso West, I guess is the
Didn't miss a beat.
official football speak for that. Up to the 32. So what would have been a 2nd and 9 is now going to be a 2nd and 4. Anderson running right in. He's corralled at the line and brought down.
Number 21, Eric Anderson on the handoff.
Well, he was.
I think that was Anon Miller again on the play, number 71.
A pickup of 1, but a great job of slowing him up. Miller just hog-tied him and slowed up the quick Anderson.
Slowed him up. He just ran into a wall. There was nothing doing there.
Miller as yet uncommitted for next season, but he'll be playing somewhere. You can be sure of that in college. 3rd down and 3. Handoff running running left this time off tackle, and Borda is up to the 34, but maybe short of the 1st.
And from number 35, Frank Borda.
They mark it at the 35. And we're looking to be short of the 1st down by about a yard.
But it is not. 4th and about a yard.
So 4th and 1 will bring out Tim Stratton to punt again.
Well, they've had some success getting to the outside on their runs, but with those big guys in the middle, Miller and Connor and the rest of the Proviso West defensive line doing a nice job.
Stratton a little less of a boom of this punt. And they will mark it out of bounds at the, right around the 40, well, 42-yard line it looks like about. And that's where Proviso West will start.
About the 42-yard line. Kansas will have it there 1st and 10.
So that punt totaling 23 yards. 5:51 left in the first half, 7-3 in favor of Proviso West. Scoring thus far all on the first drive for each team. A 25-yard field goal by Peter Trottier for York, and then a 69-yard touchdown run by Chauncey Garner of Proviso West. Parker, oh, York nearly jumped, but they don't, and Garner is going to be tackled in the backfield again.
Tell you what, Fay really does a heck of a job knifing his way in there. He's coming from a strong safety position, 5'11", 180 pounds. But York's just daring Proviso West to run the football. They've got 8 guys within 3 yards of the football, so they know the Pirates are going to run, and they said, bring it on, we're ready for it. And Fay's made 3 or 4 nice tackles right on the line of scrimmage thus far in the first half.
Oh, and they're certainly zeroing in on Garner. 3 carries, 89 yards to start. Now 6 carries, 2 yards since. Parker under pressure, throwing deep left, and he's got it at the 35-yard line. That is Bursey, I believe, with the catch for Proviso West.
Oh, Mike Booth.
And it is Bursey.
Mike Booth a little disappointed there because he had good coverage on the play. Had Bursey going stride for stride. You see the nice pass lofted out there, but Bursey looks back for the football first and makes a nice catch. And they bring him down, but Proviso West with their first pass of the night tonight.
He's a big play receiver. They've only completed 18 passes all year before that, and he now has 15 receptions for nearly 300 yards. So he is the man. 1st and 10, Garner, and flag goes down. Garner goes down way in the backfield.
There might have been a face mask on the play, Dave.
That's Hurdle on the carry, actually. Correction, number 3, but you may be right with that one, a face mask. And that's what it is.
Okay, that's against New York.
You can see Hurdle trying to, and right at the end you can see reaching in on the face mask. He just kept clawing to break free of the York tacklers, and he finally winds up paying a dividend out of it thanks to the face mask call.
That's too bad because York had that play snuffed. Had 4 or 5 tacklers around running back that time. Hurdle couldn't go anywhere, but inadvertently the hand slips up in the face mask, and York gets flagged for 15 yards, and Proviso West has another first down.
Well, actually, 6-yard loss is where
yeah,
they marked it from. So 2nd and 1. Quick pass sideline is off Bursey's hands, out of bounds.
Thought it was an automatic first down, but let's jump into conclusions.
Really, perhaps you're thinking too logically. Probably should be, but they measure it from the point of infraction, and if it's not enough, then you're out of luck. As it is, a Barker trying to capitalize on the 2nd and short, but he threw a rope to Bursey, and Solomon couldn't hold on. Now it's 2nd and 1. Barker tucks it away. And
I love the quarterback sneak where the quarterback tries running over people. He doesn't just sneak in there and try and find a little hole and duck for a first down. He puts both his arms up in the air and tries to bowl people over. But it works. They've got a first down.
At the York 22. Clock showing 4:25. 7-3 Proviso West. Barker hands, 2nd back, Garner outside left, breaking 1 tackle and now down to the 20. So it'll be a 3rd and 5 coming up for Proviso West.
Garner's got some quick feet. Eluded another tackle on that play from number 84, Chris Chippen. I hope I'm saying that right. For Chapin.
Also a catcher in baseball. And remember him from the summer league team.
Can appreciate those 2 sport guys. Gotta like those guys that get out more than just one sport.
2nd down, 8. This is Garner and nothing doing. Rory Mura with a tackle back close to the 30-yard line.
He's having a really, really good game here tonight. Tight end. Also doing the job on defense from the outside linebacker spot. Coming right in off the left side and making the tackle.
They mark him at the 26, so 3rd and 14. Parker has completed one pass tonight, so that a pickup of 27 yards to Solomon Bursey, and he faces another passing situation here, although on a 3rd and 26, that's been the biggest play of the game for Proviso West, a run, 69 yards. Looking to throw Parker under pressure, incomplete. Boy, York all over, attacking there. Euro was in there again, hassling Parker, and the pass incomplete.
Not too hard to hit the quarterback when nobody blocks you. But nonetheless, forces the incompletion. And actually, if York would have been looking for it, they might have had a chance to pick that one off and go all the way, because that ball was hanging up there for a while, and he threw it all the way across the field to the left side. One of the longer field goal attempts we've seen in quite some time.
Anthony Anaya going to try a
43.
yarder, almost 44 yards. He had a 26-yarder last week. This is a little bit further, though. Kick is up, and it's going to be well short and off left.
I don't know if that
It went 34 yards. Maybe.
that was tipped or squibbed or shanked or whatever you want to call it, but
I think you try to get so much extra on it that you probably throws off all the form, and that certainly never had a prayer. They're setting it back at the 20, although the line of scrimmage was the 26. Probably should go back there, but
why don't you just say it,
no
Dave?
complaints. Do you want to? Should we slide open the window here? And
I think the official screwed up. Hey, put the ball at the 26.
now we have whistles. Are they going to check on this or?
Provide.
2:39 left in the first half.
They're over there talking to Proviso West coaches, and
They probably want it back at the 10, so they're probably the wrong people to talk to. But
what's going on?
well, we're set to go, and it's staying at the 20.
Get word that there was a sideline warning on the defense. Whatever that means.
Anderson running right, and he is up to about the 25-yard line.
Don't really pay too much attention to the warnings. It's just a warning. They throw the flag, that's when you got to worry about it. For York, 5-yard gain on first down. But there's only 2 minutes and 15 seconds left, so they've got to start doing something if they want to punch one in before the half.
Wind absolutely no factor tonight. The flag is still.
Hello, talking about polecats.
Oh, York pulling out a polecat formation of sorts. How about this?
You got 9 guys in motion.
Flags go.
Oh, yeah. That was...
Anderson still on his feet up to the 27-yard line. I wonder if we can get a shot at John Wilson over there. He's got to be enjoying that. I don't think the official had enough arms to signal how many players were in motion on that, but 2 men in motion. There's Wilson over on the Proviso West sideline.
He's pointing the back. Hey, that's my play.
Yeah, how dare you?
You guys don't know how to do that. Get back in that other direction.
Now Gary Bellwinkle, a pretty darn good football coach in his own right, but there's only one proponent of the polecat, and he's on the other sideline.
We got a couple guys in motion, maybe not too many, or not enough guys lined up on the line of scrimmage, but York gets nabbed, trying to be a little creative, but it didn't work.
There's John Wilson once again. He went to St. Rita High School with Jim Clancy, a former Toronto Blue Jay pitcher. Do you remember him by any chance?
Yes, I do.
All right. Quick sideline pass. Going to be a double pass, it looks like. Mura going deep into coverage, intercepted. Dorian Barker with the interception, and he'll be out to call the signals for Proviso West in a moment after that pickoff.
Well, that's what's always good about having your quarterback go both ways. You don't want to risk him getting injured, but getting out into pass coverage, the quarterbacks usually have the good instincts, and Dorian Barker smelled this play from the very beginning, and he sat back there, intercepts the pass, and Proviso West has the ball. Minute 26 remaining in the half. The ball sitting right at midfield.
And they'll have all 3 of their timeouts left. Barker brings them up. Bursey splits left, or splits right, rather. And the hand to Garner. He runs left. Trying to cut back in, but spun down at the 48-yard line.
That time right tackle Ramil Connor was pulling on the play as they tried to get Garner up around the left side. But once again, he kind of just got out in front of the runner and got in his way a little bit. Garner couldn't shake and bake enough to find any daylight. He was brought down for a loss of 3 on the play.
And apparently Proviso West just going to try to run out the clock here. Tackle by Jim Miller on that play for 2-yard loss. And 28 seconds and counting. Barker hands to the second man. Garner going right, breaks a tackle, into the clear a bit and up to the 33-yard line. And now a quick timeout signal with 16 seconds left. Well, they went right that time and nearly broke it big.
I'll tell you what, if Garner gets some blocks and he sees a little crease, he's got the speed to make it happen. And that time picked up another 20 yards. As we get the look at this, we've got 2 guys pulling for him, and he breaks 1 tackle, breaks another one, finally brought down.
Well, look at Ramel Connor get downfield, number 79, 6'4", 240. That's why Lou Tepper was interested. Darn that Tepper, right? Why not Gary Barnett?
That's right. But they did give Coach Barnett a contract extension. Despite not having the greatest record, it's had some hard luck, a couple tough losses. Cats up in Minnesota tomorrow night, taking on the Golden Gophers.
Every week you manage to get a little plug-in for.
I'm trying. Got to get some of these high school prospects in purple.
When I was at the, when we did the Downer South Insteel South game, I got a plug-in for Valparaiso, and I'll get one in for Miami of Ohio sooner or later. So
stretch to
we'll
get
work it in.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's kid in there who goes to Valparaiso. Is that right?
That's right.
If I can remember back, about a month ago, or how long? It's all a blur now. This season's.
Don't say stretch with a 7'2" guy. They don't like that. Barkers, we're back to action. Throwing complete. Garner hit immediately and brought down at the 29.
Long way to throw the football for a 3-yard gain.
Another timeout, Proviso West. They'll have 1 left.
What are you doing?
7 seconds showing on the clock.
Well, 7 seconds. They still have 1 timeout left. So maybe they can try and get 1 more play off. Or they could opt for a 46-yard field goal attempt. Or they could try and chuck one down into the end zone. A lot of possibilities left.
This would be a good time for the Bobcat, wouldn't it?
Bobcat, polecat, any kind of cat. See what you got.
Seven to 3, Proviso West. And right now, Wilson has relayed his instructions, and we will see what they decide here. What should be the final play of the half. Maybe 1 more if they can get a quick timeout.
No cats this time.
1 split out either side. Split backs behind Barker. Stops to throw. Looking deep. Throwing right. And batted down incomplete. 1 second left on the clock. It was Eric Anderson who batted it down.
Well, 1 more crack at it before the half. Either way, looks as if Proviso West is going into the locker room on top. It's just a matter of how much they're going into the locker room.
And a smart play here. Take another timeout. You're obviously not going to need it with 1 second left, and try to come up with something. Take the extra time to talk it over.
And with Coach Wilson, he'll gather the offense around pull a stick or a pen out of his back pocket and start scribbling in the dirt. Okay, you go here. You go here. You go here.
We have, that was the first thing. We went over to talk to him before the game, and I asked him any plays to diagram, and immediately diagrammed the Bobcat for us. Numbers and everything, so we're all set if we ever see it.
Yeah, watch with all the hype we've been giving it. He's not going to pull it out tonight.
Well, I'm keeping it well sealed in case the York or even next week's opponent, Glenbard West.
Come steal your notebook
yeah,
at the
I
half.
didn't want to peek at my notebook for any godforsaken reason.
They couldn't read your chicken scratch anyway.
Well, he drew this. It may not mean much to them at that point either, but 3rd and 6, 29-yard line is the key number, 1 second the other. Barker back to throw, looking deep left, flags go down, man open, but it's going to be intercepted. Flags on the field. Chris Chapin will be pushed out of bounds. Another flag, 2 more flags.
1, 2, 3 flags.
Anybody without a flag on the field? We don't know, but Chapin has the football. Clock has run out. Half can't end on a penalty. Unless it's declined, and if it's against Proviso West, I would imagine that's exactly what will happen. But the official's talking it over. Still discussing it. Well, you can see a flag at the bottom. There was one up at the top. They're all over the field. There's probably offsetting with all the infractions, but we shall see.
Oh, Chris Chapin wants to know is, do I still have my interception in the books? He's going over, trying to spy in on the officials' huddle over there. Proviso West gathered up on the sideline. And looks like we're about to get word.
Ineligible man downfield on Proviso West. Clip on York. Now what does this all mean? The offsetting and
replay the down.
He needs a microphone out there.
He's got a big wad of gum in there, though, I can tell you that.
That might make him a little hard to understand. And I think that's going to take care of the first half. That's exactly it. York will decline the penalty. The clip comes after the run back. So first down, and that will, or did they get a free play? Looks like they're coming back out.
Instead of wasting 10 minutes trying to figure out, just flip a coin. Heads, they get another play. Tails, they go into the locker room, and it's over. But they do get another play, and they've only got 91 yards to go for a score.
Yeah, the ball is marked at the 9. You are exactly right.
Ball side inside the 10-yard line.
Might not have had a math class in 8 years, but I can still figure out 9-yard line down to the opposite goal line is at 91 yards.
Just being with all those smart people at Northwestern, I'm sure you pick up something.
Osmosis just kind of sinks in.
Well, Connors, after all the hullabaloo, is just going to kneel and end the half. After all. And that's where we'll stand at halftime. 7-3, Proviso West. All the scoring in the first 6 minutes of play. Look at this. We have a moth in the booth. I think it's a moth. I've never seen a moth like that. But we haven't seen anything strange like the polecat yet, but there is a moth going berserk in the press box. That's
king-size jumbo, 6-foot wingspan moth attacking me in the press box.
Well, it's been an exciting half for Proviso West. They lead 7-3, and their playoff hope's still alive. They hope to come out of here with a win and have it all on the line next week against Glenbard West. They're halfway home. Leading York 7-3. And stay tuned. We've got a lot more football to come here on Continental Cablevision.
Our planet's rainforests are burning. 96,000 acres are burned every day. Right now, you can join the National Arbor Day Foundation and support rainforest rescue to help stop the destruction.
In the few seconds I've been talking, a forest the size of 3 city blocks went up in smoke. You better call now.
Here's one time it doesn't matter who your neighbor is. Here's the other. Life's too short. Stop the hate.
What would make this 60-year-old woman reveal her breasts to someone she doesn't know? It would have to be for a very good reason, like getting a mammogram. A doctor told her the older she gets, the higher the risk of breast cancer. But early detection increases her chance of successful treatment. Getting a mammogram might just save her life, especially if you're over 50. Call the American Cancer Society. Early detection is the best protection.
You good?
7-3, Proviso West leading York as we get set to start the third quarter here from Elmhurst. Dave Owen with Kevin Krebs. And we have mentioned it early, but Proviso West in a position to make the playoffs with a win tonight and next week with the Glenbard West. I don't believe they've had a winning season since 1981, which is going back a ways, and have never made the playoffs. So a key game tonight in the history of Proviso West, and it'll be even more important should they win.
Well, only halfway there, and got to play both halves. They did a good job, especially on the defensive side of the football in the first half. Had a nice half rushing the football as well, and I'm sure give us a couple minutes and we'll get your whole statistical rundown of the first half. But yeah, Proviso West looks pretty good. Up 7-3 right now, and as you said, big game on the slate for next week, but they got important things to take care of, and they're going to be getting the ball here to start the action in the second half.
Boy, our crew is finding every group of boisterous fans they can find, hoping to cheer on the Dukes to victory. They trail 7-3 right now, and Proviso West getting the kickoff to start the second half. From about the 10, this is Bursey, and he's up to about the 30. Matt McCoy, the main tackler there. And that's where they'll start, right at the 30-yard line. Kevin wanted stats. Well, Kevin, we're going to dish out a few here.
As soon as you find them.
Proviso West 150 to 106 total yardage advantage in the first half. Both quarterbacks passing for 31 yards. That's been even. This man's been a big difference. Garner with 104 yards in the first half and more here down the right sideline. 40, 35, and still going. But they will have a flag back at the 29-yard line, and it's a hold, so bring it all back.
And hopefully we'll get to take another look at that play. It was a bit of a late flag. The official just kind of dropped it out of his pocket. And
might take another look at that.
Picked it up and threw it down for a second time. But Garner's good run. See him break to the outside on the right. Didn't see the flag in the picture. All you see is Garner with the great speed again going down the right side. But it's all for nothing. It's coming back. Pirates got nabbed.
The only thing I could really see there was a quick grab of an arm and dragging somebody down. But with Garner, it all happened so fast. He was gone quickly, but a penalty brings it all back.
That would have pumped up his stats some more. He had over 100 yards in the first half.
Would have been a 36-yard run. Instead, it's an 11-yard loss. Parker hands. This is Hurdle. He hurdles a tackler in the backfield, still going. Spinning forward and up across the 25.
Hurdle hurdles, huh?
Well, yeah, can't resist that. If I can milk a lousy punt out of nothing, I can certainly get one out of that.
Hurdle jumps, hurdle spins, hurdle twists and turns, but hurdle hurdles. But a nice run on the play. We'll just call him Anthony.
Might work.
Nice pickup after the hole, but it's still a 2nd and 13 for Proviso West.
Up at the 27, they have to get to the 39, maybe even the 40. Quick pass deflected, but Bursey catches, and now going to retreat field. He fumbled the football. And looks like Bursey fell on it himself, but a dangerous play as he attempted to cut back across the middle, and all it got him was a loss of yardage and a fumble.
Well, he made a big mistake that time by trying to lose some ground to gain some ground, and went backwards, and then he compounded that by keeping the football out away from his body. It was a nice catch. He had to go up high and get it, and he shook the one tackle, but then he kept giving ground, had the ball loose, and it was stripped away by Rory Mura. They said his name a whole bunch of times tonight. Rory's having himself a great ball game, and that time caused the fumble, and the ball bounces back all the way down up near the 10-yard line.
They will keep it on the ground here on 3rd and about 30. And another flag coming in late. Garner out of bounds at about the 15, maybe the 16. There's Sean Wilson. He can't like this, as the field position game, the most important thing right now. This drive is dying fast. York is going to probably have great field position when all is said and done, as another hold is called.
It looks like they're going to decline this one. They got Proviso West backed up into a pretty deep hole as it is. No sense in giving them a chance to pick up a first down or maybe get that ball to Garner again. It's a pretty sweet homecoming haircut right there.
Punting will be Anaya for Proviso West. 10:31 left in the third quarter, 7-3. The Panthers lead, but this good field position coming for York is a high punt. Looks pretty short, and it is. Takes a bounce out of bounds at about the 35-yard line.
You know what I just discovered after all this time? I've been inadvertently calling Proviso West by their rival's nickname. I called them the Pirates a couple times.
I haven't even noticed that.
Oh. I'm sure there are a bunch of Proviso West fans that are going to be really, really mad at me. I watch a little too much East basketball, I think. It's kind of stuck in my head. But nonetheless, my apologies to all the Panther fans out there.
1st and 10 at the 34. Anderson comes in motion. Connor's short drop over the middle, batted down, incomplete. Boy, swatted right back at him.
Pass didn't really go anywhere, but I think that was intended for number 89, the tight end John Bourne.
Winton Stacy, number 65, had the hands up, swatting that back. Connor's 3 of 6 now on the night.
Stacy just typifies their big line, 6'1", 285, junior.
Set the day. They got the tomahawk chop going. I don't know if that has anything to do with Dukes. Sadly, it has something to do with the Atlanta Braves. But that's Atlanta's problem. 2nd and 10. Connors looking to throw. Going over the middle. Short hops his intended receiver. Incomplete. Intended for John Bourne.
Well, that time he had 4 receivers to choose from and opted to go for Bourne on the play. Bourne hooking up over the middle of the field right just past the nose of the football. That one goes down into the ground, falls incomplete.
Well, there is the York huddle, and Connors will join them momentarily, having talked to his coach, Gary Grauwinkle. Splitting out wide right is Trottier. In the slot, also a receiver, 3rd down. That's Mura. This pass also batted down, incomplete, deflected away by Ramel Connor.
Well, that was a nice play by Connor, because if he wouldn't have got his paw up there to bat that one out of the way, they had the screen set up on the left side. 3 or 4 blockers over there and a whole lot of room to work with. But nonetheless, Connor bats it down. 4th down for the Dukes.
And Grauwinkle sends Connors back in there. It'll be 4th down at the 34. This is one of those situations where you really don't have a whole lot to lose. The punt is likely to wind up in the end zone, but on the other hand, the good field position that York could have pinned them back with an incompletion. It is complete. Hit, but breaking the tackle. Borda still going forward. Good pickup, but I believe he's going to be short of the first down by about 4 yards, and that will take care of that. So ball goes over to Proviso West on the 4-yard pickup, winding up about 5 or 6 short of the first down.
That was a nice pass by Connors, but I think he should have given the receiver downfield another look. He had a receiver split out wide right, running a deep comeback, and possibly had a chance to hit him for a first down, but he opted to go short. And the receiver did a nice job of breaking the tackle, but he was still brought down well short of the first down. And Proviso West with the ball now.
Great job by the Proviso West defense. They were in a hole, but now with the turnover on downs, they have a great spot, and Garner breaking it down the right sideline and across the 50 to about the 43.
Why do I think we've seen that the same play about 5 times tonight?
At the 44-yard line, another nice pickup of 25 yards, and we'll take another look. Chauncey Garner. Nice block by number 35, Hubert Thompson. And that sprung Garner for a 25-yard run. Boy, once you get him outside, you are guaranteed trouble.
York defense having to work on their pursuit angles on defense because Garner gets around that side in a hurry, and if the defensive backs don't take the proper angle, he's got the speed to go. But thus far, except for that first run of 64 yards, they've eventually angled him out of bounds. This time they get him out at about the 44-yard line.
On the year now, Garner 101 carries, 556 yards. Pretty nice piece of change every carry. He's got it this time. He'll be well under his average here, picking up maybe 1 before the green wave sweeps him under.
Leaving it alone.
Hey, Kevin loves those green uniforms. 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard pickup.
I'll be nice. I was making fun of him before the game, but I'm not going to say anything now. Not while I'm on the air.
Michigan State pulled out those uniforms one time, and for one season, I think they started 0-9 and probably blamed it on the uniforms. Garner brought down at the 44. Now the York defense stiffening.
Well, it's better than...
That's Hurdle on the carry.
Better than homecoming at Northwestern one year. We broke out the all-purple uniforms, except our pants were one shade of purple, our jerseys were another shade of purple, and our helmets were a third shade of purple.
You haven't talked ugly until you talk those home uniforms Northwestern, Scott. How do you get black jerseys, purple
I like
pants?
the black jerseys. Come on now. Black's in, Dave.
That's not the school color, though. So we have to be traditional
You're gonna be
here
a
a little
stickler?
bit.
Hey, I'm going for style, not substance.
3rd and 10, brought down to the backfield, Garner. Rory Mura once again.
If you're not winning football games, you might as well look good. Right?
Boy, Mura, you can put him in any shade. You can even put him in that Northwestern uniform, and he'll look great. Look at that.
So what are you trying to say, Dave?
Tripping up Garner behind the 50-yard line. That is a 7-yard loss.
Put him in a Northwestern uniform and he'll look great.
Yeah, I just
had some damn good players, I'll have you know.
I'm not Yves Saint Laurent, but I do know some color combinations, and that one is a little unusual. Kick out of bounds inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. Well, now they're marching it back up. It'll be right at the 25.
I just wonder how officials come to that conclusion. They just walk until they get tired of like, yeah, it's somewhere about here, and then they just stop and put the ball down.
Fans hoping for a York comeback here. Trail 7-3, 7:36 left in the 3rd quarter, and the Dukes have the ball at their own 25.
I think they're really hoping for a comeback, or are they just mugging for the camera?
I was going to say, I think a comeback's the furthest thing from their mind, but the guys in the field want one. Up to the 26 with a pickup of about 1 yard. That's Anderson.
I think that was Connor in once again on another tackle.
Anderson with his first carry of the second half. He had 9 carries for 51 yards before halftime. Both he and Garner are juniors. So good times ahead for both.
Well, York had an outstanding running back the past couple years, Shayon Grider.
And Gary Allman, who was here last year, but he moved to Texas in the offseason. He was one of their top rushers last year as well. Anderson, good cut outside, but brought down at about the 29-yard line. That was Ramel Connor.
Connor. Boy's big, and he's got some wheels. Of a high school version of Alonzo Spellman. Big, physical guy with some good speed.
6'4", 240. He also plays basketball, starting forward.
Sure, he takes up some space in the middle.
Clock down to 6:25 in the third quarter. All the scoring happened on the first 2 possessions of the game. York's first drive, a field goal. Proviso West's first drive, a touchdown. 3rd down and 5. Anderson running right. Hold of the jersey is Barker, and that slows him up enough for the rest of the mob to get him. Anderson dropped at the 30.
Deshaun Burks, number 44, also one of the tacklers in there for Proviso West.
Pickup of 1. 4th and 4.
Haven't seen a whole lot of offense from either of the 2 teams since the first quarter.
Snap to Stratton. Oh, he's a good kicker. Gets it away to the 39. Slipping is Bursey, getting past 1. And to about the 45-yard line. So now field position playing a big factor in Proviso West. Ahead right now in that regard. They have the ball at their own 45. 5:31 left in the third.
I think that time the setter, Dan Rourke, he's done a great job tonight getting down on the punt coverage, but he got down in pretty good shape, but he didn't break down to make the tackle, and he missed it and fell down. Proviso West.
He almost got thrown off when Bursey lost his footing a little bit. Rourke slid right by him.
Proviso West has the ball 45-yard line. Once again, good field position.
Hand off to Garner, trying to find a hole, but there is nothing there, and he's down at the 45.
That's our man Brian Fay once again.
Well, York has certainly the 3-4 record, not what they had hoped for coming in, but as usual, playing good football this season. They gave Willowbrook a good battle for 3 quarters, only trailed them by 2 points before losing, and 29-14 was the final. But no one has been close to Willowbrook. That's been the closest anyone has come to beating the Warriors. Pitch and good penetration again by Fay, and a 2-yard loss, maybe even a 3-yard loss by Hurdle.
He's got to have at least 5-6 tackles for loss tonight. Fay really does a nice job of getting off the football in good shape and coming up and making a good stick.
Let's take another look at that. Fay had a touchdown last week on a kick return. And look at that.
Well, he's coming up from a strong safety position, I believe.
Non Miller had a pretty good block on one guy, but Fay stepped in and filled the gap, making the 2-yard loss. 3rd and 12. Garner hands Hurdle running right. And again, nothing there, but breaking free to the outside. Still on his feet. And, boy, look at that elusive running and power running as he keeps his feet and gets back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that could have been a 3 or 4 yard loss.
Tell you what, Proviso West is going to have to put the ball in the air eventually because York's just sending everything right up at the line of scrimmage. They got 8-9 guys, and they're all sitting back playing run. I'd like to see Proviso West maybe try some play action because those guys are getting up so quick to try and get the run support that they're leaving the pass defense very, very open. So maybe that's something we'll see in the fourth quarter, and while we sit and wait for our polecat.
Well, they had good pressure on Anaya, but he got a good punt away. Deep to Miller. Retreats to his 15. And turns the corner out of bounds. He'll be at about the 27-yard line. Boy, the York defense is stepping up. The Proviso West defense hasn't given up a point in a while and leads 7-3 to the Panthers, but since Garner's 25-yard run, Here are Proviso West plays. 1 yard run, minus 1 yard run, minus 7 yard run, 0, minus 2, minus 1. Nothing doing.
Not too bad, but once again, as I said, not too hard to stop the run when you're sending your whole defense up there to stop it.
Well, you've got to believe Wilson is going to live and die with the defense. And maybe he doesn't want to risk the turnover, putting the ball in the air. 1st and 10, Anderson up to about the 29.
Had a crack at daylight at first, but that hole closed up very quickly, and Anderson could only get 2 on the play.
David marked him at the 28, so even a 1 yard pickup will give him.
Okay. Getting cheaper with your yards in the second half, huh? First half, you would probably give him 3 on that play, and now in the third quarter, you only give him 1.
Plus, I'm a little bit older than the first half. I think my eyes are getting worse. 2nd and 9. Play action. Connors looking to throw, going deep right side, and batted down, incomplete. Mura, the intended receiver, but Garner was there along with Hurdle to break it up.
I think that time Garner and Muir were both pushing and shoving. The ball was up there for some time, hanging up with slightly underthrown.
Connors now 4 of 10 for 34 yards. And York facing a 3rd and 8 at their own 28-yard line.
We've seen a lot of 3rd and longs here the past few series. York burning another timeout. As they did in the first quarter, getting one or two timeouts early, and then this time they take one with 2:18 remaining here in the third quarter.
Take a look at our 2 coaching staffs tonight. Proviso West, John Wilson, the head coach, Tim McAlpin, Kevin Kane, Twain Astling, assistants. Astling and McAlpin both had baseball coaches at Proviso West the last few years. So they have dabbled in head coaching as well. And for York, Gary Grauwinkle, the head coach, one of the best. Boy, the job he's done here over the years has been incredible. Terry Greider, the defensive coordinator, Bob Kapheim, Dave Teresa, Terry Clark, Michael Tice, and Dave Agin, the sophomore coach, and Mark Lorick, the head freshman coach. I believe that is it has to be the same Lorick family in swimming. His brother is at Hinsdale Central as an assistant. His sister, I think, is still swimming at Rosary. Very good swimmer.
Can't see it right now, but we got the tomahawk chop going all up and down the...
Well, please don't
York
point that out. Spare us. And I hope our crew is not going to damage the lens by showing that to our
Still can't figure it out. Dukes and chops.
No. Well, it doesn't make any sense except to the Johnny-come-lately baseball fans in Atlanta. Connors throwing, flags down. Anderson breaks it. Another flag comes down. Anderson's up across midfield. But there may be motion to start with, and then I don't know what all
3
happened.
flags down on that play. All the officials were reaching in their pocket. Boom, take one. Here, take another one. Take another one. There's 3 flags down.
We had that earlier, too. We also have a player down, unfortunately, as you can see. We're going to take another look at this past play. There's the first flag as Anderson makes the catch. Looked like you could see number 4, Dorian Parker, almost pulling up with a hamstring or something.
Yeah, his right hamstring. He kind of clutched it at the end over there.
And that is number 4, Dorian Barker, down, being tended to, and he looks to be in some pain.
And not too many high schools can go 3 deep at the quarterback position and not miss anything.
Aldo Nunez listed as the backup quarterback, 5'9", 170 junior. And he and Barker were really neck and neck after Reeves went down as to who would step in, but they went with Barker. A little more experience, at least at the running back position. And Panthers, as has become obvious tonight, are strictly a running team, or almost exclusively. This penalty is going against York, and they're going to be punting. March the ball all the way back to the 15, 14-yard line.
Barker's up and walking around. We'll see if he can shake it off, trying to stretch a little bit.
Oh, that is not looking good. He can't put much weight on it, but he's trying to do his best. He knows what's on the line here. Did you ever play just absolutely hurt to the point where you only the importance of the game would keep you in there?
Played with a concussion.
That's
before.
pretty good.
Well, didn't remember any of the plays I called from the middle of the second quarter to the rest of the game, but
Did
we
you
won
win
the game. Won the game.
All right. Bursey with the catch. And right there to meet him. Bursey at the 49-yard line, and Rourke is again right there.
But a lot of times with some injuries, if you play on it and it stays loose, it's fine. But then after the game, when you're sitting around, it tightens up on you, and
he's coming out. He's going to be in there.
Yeah, that's when it really comes to get you. So, you know, right now he's still loose, and hopefully it's nothing too serious. Maybe just some soreness that he can try and work out by staying in motion. And obviously playing both sides of the football tonight, he's not going to have a whole lot of time to sit on the sideline and have it stiffen up.
Bursey and Javon Alexander split out for Proviso West, two backs behind Barker. Short drop, lobs it up, incomplete. Right over Bursey. And that may have shown some effects of that, as he could not really plant very well, it didn't look like, and that pass sailed.
I think the receiver's glad that he was right on the line of scrimmage and not in the middle of the defensive backfield.
Or 2 yards behind would have been a fumble.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Okay. Okay, very
I thought
nice.
that was where you were going with that. But
no, I was thinking more along the lines of hanging the receiver out to dry and getting him killed.
2nd and 10 at the 49. Oh, Barker just tucks it away himself. I'm not hurt too badly. He's up to the 42-yard line.
Love those quarterback sneaks. He's just mauling people.
7-yard pickup.
But if I can wallow in sorrow, my alma mater, Lane Tech, falling on some hard times this year, slipped to 2-5 last week. Turned the ball over with about 30 or 40 seconds left in the game, and the first play, Taft took a quarterback sneak 31 yards up the middle. And they lost 7-0.
Minute left in the third quarter. Garner is going to be stopped at the 40. He's about a yard short of the first down. Bring up a 4th down situation. Clock down to 45 seconds. They not only had to lose that way, then they had Marv Levy butchering up their fight song.
It's all right. Get some national publicity for good old Lane Tech with our fight song.
This is true.
Go Lane Go. Sing to the tune of Go Bills Go, but that's all right. We'll take the publicity when we can get it.
Much maligned Buffalo Bills. Boy, you make the Super Bowl 4 years in a row and you come out looking bad. I don't know how that works. But 4th down. And nothing doing. Barker brought down back at the 44-yard line. Mura was there again, along with a few other York Dukes. Chapane and Mike Booth also right there.
Well, usually you see the quarterback sneaks go up the middle, not around left end. But Barker tried to improvise, and Roy Mura was waiting for him.
Clock going to run out in the third quarter.
That's it. One more quarter to go for Proviso West.
We have ourselves a defensive battle here, which is par for the course. Every time we're here, it seems we have a game that's low scoring, and this one's coming right down to the wire. So stay tuned. 12 minutes of football to come. Proviso West up 7-3.
The men and women in the National Guard and Reserve face some tough challenges when they serve. Challenges that teach them discipline, leadership, and technical skills that make them better employees. So when they need time off to serve, don't make their toughest challenge approaching you.
planet's rainforests are burning. 96,000 acres are burned every day. Right now, you can join the National Arbor Day Foundation and support rainforest rescue to help stop the destruction. In the few seconds I've been talking, a forest the size of 3 city blocks went up in smoke. You better call.
Well, there's the story. And the story behind it is Proviso West needs a win to stay alive for the playoffs. York hoping to win and then defeat Downers North next week and have a winning record. For a change, the Dukes won't be making the playoffs, but can still salvage a very good record. They have 1st and 10 here. Anderson taking the right side and up to about the 44-yard line.
I haven't seen too much creativity on the part of either offense here tonight. Predominantly sticking on the ground. That time Anderson goes just to the right of center. Short gain on the play of about 3 yards.
2nd down coming up just outside the 45, just inside the 45. Connors handing, breaking free is Fay, left side. 1st down and driven out of bounds at the 43 of Proviso West. Marquise Steverson finally bringing him down.
Well, that was a nice tackle by Steverson. But if there's one guy that's going to get you a big play for York, that's your man. He's made several good tackles on defense. Brian Fay, as we talked about earlier, 85-yard kickoff return for a touchdown last week, so you know he's got some decent wheels. And that time breaks outside, gets the ball down into Proviso West territory, ball sitting at about the 43-yard line.
Well, York mustering just 10 yards of offense in the whole 3rd quarter. They're at 15 already. And now some movement. Proviso West looked to jump offside there.
Well, they were getting anxious. They had 8 guys waiting to plug up all the gaps and just got a little bit too excited, jumped off sides.
It'll be 1st and 5 now for the Dukes. York, the defending conference champions in the West Suburban Conference Silver Division. Knocked out by Conant in the 1st round of the playoffs last year.
They were really in trouble last year when Shayon Grider got hurt. Really stifled their running game.
Let's go! Give it all you got! Let's go!
1st and 5, 11:23 left in the 4th quarter. Handoff, Brown breaking out left side, and he moves the pile forward to about the 28-yard line. 1st down, York. And the 4th quarter has brought new life to the York defense.
Well, Brown made a nice run that time, but number 73, Walter Press, the left tackle, 6'2", 264 pounds, came right up his back and just shoved him forward for another 3-4 yards, pushed the whole pile. And York with their best drive in quite some time.
Brown, 3 carries, 21 yards. The last 2 times he's touched the ball, both 11-yard runs. He gets the ball again, squirting forward across the 25. Again, looked like he was going down about 2 yards shorter than where he wound up, as kept his footing and picked up a few extra yards. Connors races back in with the play. Clock at 10:33, 7-3 Proviso West. Hand coming left is Fay, met, and down he goes.
That was Connor once again on the tackle. Nice play that time. York tried to go with a quick count, try to catch Proviso West sitting back on their heels, but Connor was able to come up big again, make a nice tackle. Got about a 3rd and 2 now.
Have to get just inside the 18. They're at the 20. York's only points have come on a 25-yard field goal, hoping to cash it in all the way here. Anderson met, but may well have the 1st down as running right tackle. Eric Anderson. He's right in the vicinity of the 1st down. Are we going to have a measurement here? Oh, looks to be short, 4th down.
Well, Connors comes over to talk to his coach on the sideline, gets the play and runs on over to the huddle with the 4th down and 1, 9 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Another big play here. And Gary Grauwinkle will use the timeout to talk it over. That's the second timeout used by York in this half.
Well, they've knocked on the door a couple times tonight. The first time came away with only a field goal. And the last few times they've been down there, they've stalled. So they want to make sure that they put everything they got into this drive, because if they can punch it in the end zone, they can take the lead. So 4th and 1, Gary Grauwinkle opts to burn a timeout, talk things over with his offense.
And there is Grauwinkle in that huddle. He attended the University of Iowa.
One of their top offensive guards in the 1950s.
That's right. He was on 2 Rose Bowl teams, 57 and 59. Last week we saw Ken Schreiner on the 63 Illinois Rose Bowl team. And Grauwinkle's got 2 Rose Bowls to show for himself.
I watched the Rose Bowl on TV. Didn't get to play in it, but it's okay.
Now here comes that sad look that a Northwestern player often looks, yearning for the Rose Bowl. But hey, you guys get all the high grade point averages and the stuff that matters, though, so don't despair. He coached 3 years at Northwestern and was offensive coordinator at Florida State as well. How about that? 4th down. And spinning forward, that's Anderson, and he looks to have the first down for York.
I think Anon Miller had his hands on him behind the line of scrimmage, but Anderson managed to wriggle free.
Well, we're gonna measure. I think he has it, but he picked up about half a yard on that play, and he needed to get just inside the 18. I think he's got it, but we'll know for sure momentarily.
Maybe that's where the tomahawk chop came from. Coach Grauwinkle brought it with him from Florida State.
There you go. But he hasn't been down there in a while. First down, York. Well, whatever the origin of the chop, York is chopping up some yardage and threatening to take the lead here. They trail 7-3, but they have driven from their own 42 to the Proviso 17-yard line.
Okay, you've reached your pun limit for the night, Dave.
That was a reach, all right. Running left, spinning is Anderson, and plowed forward inside the 10. A 7-yard pickup there. Anderson has been a major contributor on this drive, at least in the short yardage situations. That's his longest run. Fay had a 13-yard run and Brown an 11-yard run as the key carries, but Anderson has picked up the first down on the previous play, and now 7 more. He'll look for more here. Running left, outside, breaks the tackle, touchdown York.
Well, that was a nice run. He just got out to the outside. Many things happened. Bounced off of one tackle, and Anderson scoots into the end zone. And the Dukes take the lead, 9-7.
Well, Anderson closing out the drive with the last 4 carries, and that one putting York back on top. And now Trottier will try to tack on the extra point. It's 9-7 York, 8:14 showing. Crowd something to cheer about. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is no good. Might have even been partially deflected at the line.
Yeah, well, that could make a big difference. Proviso West tried a field goal in the first half. It wasn't good, but their kicker has a nice leg, so you never know. Field goal come down to the end of the ball game might make a difference. You saw in the Frostoff game before the varsity here tonight, that came down to the last 5-10 seconds of the ball game, and York pulled it out at the end, and the door is open for Proviso West to possibly return the favor on the varsity level here in the second game tonight. York on top now, 9-7, 8:14 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And does Dave have a quick
18
recap?
carries, 80 yards now for Anderson. He's been averaging about 100 yards a week, or just under 700 yards on the season coming in. And that is his 5th touchdown of the year. Had one last week against Oak Park and has another big one here. Kickoff set to come. Proviso West had been relying on that defense to hold on to the lead, and now they'll need some more points. Stratton keeps it low, line drive, juggled, and Proviso West is going to have to fall on that football back at about their 29-yard line.
I think both special team will be happy with the results of that one. Proviso West just wanting to cover up the football, and York not wanting to risk a big return, opts to go for the squib kick.
Terry Clark talking to the troops there. And yeah, he's gone to get a visual aid to help him out. York, the emotion's a little better over there now as they hold the lead 9-7, just under 8 minutes to go. And we will see if the Panthers begin to throw. Barker looks on first down to throw. Screen, and overleads his man, incomplete, intended for Garner.
He keeps lobbing those balls out into the flat. One of those is going to go the opposite direction for a touchdown. But that one slightly overthrown once again, falls incomplete.
We're going to take another look, and those are dangerous passes. Nobody out there that time in either jersey. You're absolutely right. I've seen too many of those.
Says Jim Harbaugh. I won't bash me when he's gone. So.
2nd and 10. Flags go down. And that'll undoubtedly be a 5-yard march off against the Panthers. And here it is, illegal procedure. Well, John Wilson, arms folded. John, are you preparing the polecat or the bobcat or something over there?
2nd down and 15.
They beat Hinsdale Central with a polecat last year, pulling out a victory late. But we have seen no trickery yet. Barker keeps it himself, running right, nothing there. Very short pickup. On that tackle, that is Nat Zunko leading the tacklers.
Well, 3rd down and 15. We're still waiting, haven't seen it.
We're going to take another look at this play. The York defense playing great. And there's Zunko.
How many first downs does Proviso West have in the second half?
1. Garner had a 25-yard run for it, and since then, minus 4 yards on 10 plays. Barker throwing here, incomplete, and a flag does come.
I think that's a good call.
I think it's a good call, too. There are a lot of moans, but it looked like the defender was there before the ball, and Javon Alexander, the intended receiver, was hit. We're going to take another look and see what you think. Oh, boy. Second glance maybe changes a little bit. If I had the striped shirt on, I think I would have thrown the flag the first time.
I like Barker throwing the ball downfield better than I like him throwing to the flats. If you can get him in that intermediate range in the middle of the field where he doesn't have to throw the ball all the way across to the flat or 30 or 40 yards downfield, he's got a decent arm. Good release. That time tried coming with the slant from the left side. Pass was incomplete, but they did draw the interference call. So the Pantheros got some new life. 1st down. Ball at about the 39-yard line.
Barker running left, almost some option, but he keeps it himself and is buried at the 36.
keeper. Drop behind the line of scrimmage.
Barker's got a lot of physical strength and he's got some decent straight-on speed, but I just don't see the quarterback instincts there. He just, just seems kind of rough around the edges that time.
Well, he hadn't taken a snap until last week, so that may explain it. As we take another look, he definitely a little tentative as he runs the option. Like he was walking on eggs there trying to cut back and never did pitch it off.
I think seeing 4 guys in your face will make you a little tentative if you don't have anywhere to go.
Second down. Garner did all he could to break free, but couldn't. That York defense all over Garner, and another loss. John Bourne in on that one. Scott Lestina, number 86, you see there. He has been in on a few key plays. Third down and 14. 5:35 and counting. Proviso West, a run-oriented team, and that clock is not their friend right now. They trail by 2. They need to get something going. 3rd and 14. Barker in the pocket, throwing over the middle. This one will be intercepted or incomplete? Incomplete. Chris Chapin almost had his second interception of the night, but it is ruled an incomplete pass. And 4th down coming. We'll take another look. Some contact this time by the Proviso West receiver, looking to floor the defender. But Chapin, the key player there, and just couldn't come up with the interception, trapping it. 4th down punt. Anaya booms it away. Back to the 24, Miller. And he slips at the 25. Trying to cut back.
I hate that rule. But I guess on this level, it really does save some injuries. But, especially if you've got 5 or 6 yards of daylight before anybody is close to you. You just slip down, especially late at night, the grass gets a little wet, or you try and make a quick cut and you don't have your feet under you, you don't have that chance to get back up and try and make some yards before you get tackled.
Well, York starts at the 25. Boy, these fans are going wild. Let's point a camera and they'll do the rest. Very tight formation here for York, looking to run some clock here. Anderson running right, and he's out to the 29.
Well, Proviso West can't give up more than 1 or 2 first downs because time is short, 4:45 remaining, and as we've talked about the entire night, all they've had is the running game, and thus far in the second half, they really haven't had much of one except for a little first down run by Pinky in the 3rd quarter.
What do you think of Connors? He's been running to the sideline quite a bit to call plays in his next quarterback. You like doing all that running back and forth?
Just give me some hand signals. You get that? Let me catch my breath in the huddle. But he's not really running too much option. He's handing off.
Pitching this time, Anderson cuts back in. He may have a touchdown here, but Steverson, the only player left, and a flag comes down at the 49-yard line. Boy, Anderson, against most teams, probably would have been in the end zone, but good speed, Proviso West. Steverson brings him down, but a flag, and it looks to be against Proviso West, a face mask.
Nice cutback on the play. Just jumped on his back.
19-yard run, and then the face mask call.
We're going to get it all the way down up near the 35-yard line now.
That is a huge play.
30, let's see.
Mark it at the 37. 4:09 left. And everything pointing towards a York victory, and both teams coming out of here 4-4.
For Proviso West, maybe the deja vu all over again, if I can steal a line from Yogi Berra.
Timeout situation, York with 1 left, Proviso West all 3. York leading 9-7. In motion comes Borda. They run left. Anderson strung out, and down he goes. Barker, the main tackler. Ramel Connor, their second.
Well, time is the big enemy right now for Proviso West. Nice tackle for a loss of 4 that time, but clock continues to tick down inside of 3:25 remaining. You see the pitch, and then you see Barker throwing the running back down on the play. 2nd and 14, ball resting at the 41-yard line.
Look for a timeout here from Proviso West, I would imagine, with 3:11 left on the clock running. If they can stop York. 2nd and 14. Anderson fumbled the football. Proviso West may have it, and they do.
Well, that's just the one thing that Gary Grawwinkle and the York Dukes did not want to see as a turnover. Even if you don't get a first down, you force Proviso West to burn their timeouts. But they fumble on the play, and the Panthers recover.
Anthony Hurdle with the recovery, and he'll stay out there for the offense as we take another look. Good strip. That looked to be Deshaun Burks getting the hand in there.
Well, and you saw him pointing. He knew he did it, too. He said, me.
Here's the polecat, finally. 1st and 10. Is this the Bobcat? I think this is the Bobcat, but we'll see. It's 1st and 10. Tucking it away. And down he goes, back at the 35-yard line. Not much there. That was Solomon Bursey taking the snap.
And that was Rory Mura, number 90, sitting there waiting for him. Doesn't matter how you line it up. He's been there to make the plays tonight. And our polecat, bobcat, some kind of cat
There's
offense.
the cat. And boy, Mura has been everywhere. Again, they run the strange formation. 6 blockers split out left. You got the 7 on the line, but they're not usual. They're not the usual spots. Bursey again with the long snap. He's in trouble and just unloads it incomplete.
Well, it may have worked before, but it certainly hasn't worked the first 2 plays here tonight.
Now I'm pulling out my diagram. Are we going to see the play as timeout will be called by Proviso West? This is kind of what happened when they ran it against Glenbard West last year. It had been so successful against Oak Park and Hinsdale Central the first few times, but you see it on film enough, and sooner or later it's not a surprise anymore.
Yeah, because if the plays were that good, people would be using them all the time, and I think...
I'll tell you, though, you gotta love John Wilson pulling out this stuff.
Definitely got to give some credit to the creativity of Proviso West head coach.
And we have praised Gary Grawwinkle. What a job he's done at York over the years with a 139-84-3 record. That's his overall career record. But 3 conference titles at York, a school that really didn't have a whole lot of success before he got here for the previous few years. But John Wilson, Proviso West has been down a long time, and they are here in week 8 in a position to make the playoffs, and that is a rare situation at Proviso West, but it's getting more and more common because he's doing a great job.
Yeah, position to get in the playoffs, but they're still a couple points short here tonight, and as I talked about earlier, could be deja vu, just like last year. Play a nice tough game in week 8, but come up a little bit short. So
3rd and 13 as Proviso West breaks the huddle. And what will we see here? You never know. Looks like they're coming out in a tighter formation. So 2 split outs either way, and 1 in the slot, just 1 back behind. Barker, hand to Garner, they'll run a reverse. Bursey gets it again, but he's brought down. The tackler, Todd Bennis.
I'll tell you what, Todd Bennis is 5'10", 150 pounds, and that time he slid off the block of Ramel Connor, and if he wouldn't have made that tackle, there was a lot of room to go up that right sideline.
Minute 27.
So Todd Bennis coming up big for York.
Down to their last hope. That not going to take a timeout here, it doesn't appear. 4th and about 12 yards to go. Barker drops under pressure, and down he goes. Who else but Rory Murrell? Flag coming in after the play, or at least late.
Oh, that would be a shame if they called a penalty on him that time.
We're going to take a look at Boyd from Mura's reaction. It looks like that's exactly what it's going to be, a face mask on York. As we take another look.
I don't know if it was a face mask or if they called unnecessary roughness.
It looked face mask signal, but it probably could have gone either way. But I don't even know. That would be really terrible to call unnecessary roughness
no, I
on
thought that was a great play.
That's just an aggressive play. As it is, it's a 15-yard march off. Up to the 44. Still be 4th down, though. Still short of the first down. They need 4 yards to go. 7-yard loss, but 15-yard penalty. 4th and 4. Barker drops the throw. 48 seconds. Stepping free. Flags go down. Pass deflected away, incomplete. George Brown got a hand in there to deflect the pass away. Flags down in the backfield, though. Holding on Proviso West declined, and York will take over.
Well, 44 seconds remaining, and Proviso West put up a good fight, but not enough offense.
Been the story, well, there was a story 2 weeks ago with Finsdale Central losing 10-8. Great defense, but not enough scoring, and going to happen again. There's the hold, and boy, that's just a good play by Brown. Getting a hand in there to break it up. Bursey looked to have a shot at making the catch for the first down. York will now just try to milk the clock. Down to one knee. Connor, quick timeout. Proviso West. Clock at 41 seconds. One timeout left for the Panthers. They cannot do much to stop the clock.
Well, but all they can hope for is a botched snap right now. They got the turnover, but they couldn't capitalize on it.
I have Eric Anderson right at 99 yards. I think he'll settle for 99 and not want to care too much about getting to 100 tonight, because the York Dukes have this game wrapped up unless there's a bad exchange.
So it was that 3-yard run where you cheated him out of that yard. You only gave him 2.
That's right.
He would have had 100.
He might have 100 officially.
Give him 100, Dave. Come on. Get it in that big Life newspaper. Give him 100 yards.
I should break down and
change it.
I think officially they probably will give him the nod. Geez, they could hear Krebs complaining about that miles away. So I'm sure everyone else gave him 3 yards just to not risk his wrath. Anderson, or this is Connors. He's just going to keep it on the rollout and slide down at about the 46-yard line. Timeout again. Proviso West.
This scamper out to the right side. Got another 4 or 5 seconds run off the clock before the Panthers burn their final timeout.
33 seconds left.
I'll tell you what, Dave.
Gary Grauwinkle wisely going to bring the whole team over here just to make sure there be no mix-ups.
We've got a story about taking away yards. One of our running backs at Northwestern, Eric Dixon, started off our junior year against Duke. Had about 18 carries, had 104 yards. First time ever that he got over 100 yards. They decided to give him the ball one more time.
Oh.
Lost 6 yards and finished with 98. And he never came close to 100 again. So.
Then there's Dave Hampton long ago with the Atlanta Falcons. Last game of the season, he gets to 1,002 yards. Finally, a 1,000-yard rushing season. That's something to be known for. Go in the record books. Next carry, 6-yard loss. Finishes 996. No 1,000-yard club. "33 seconds left." Krebs' story, much more recent vintage, but I thought I'd throw that one in.
Got a bunch of high school kids from York saying, who the heck is that guy? I'd never even heard of him.
They may not remember Dan Hampton.
Got to dig through your dad's or older brother's football cards to find David Hampton for the Atlanta Falcons.
Offside, Proviso West. He was back in the early 70s, I think.
I was in preschool at that time, but we won't get into that.
3rd down.
31 seconds left. Proviso West trying anything. They tried to time the snap there and get at Connors quickly, but called offside. And now got to put 2 more seconds on the clock. There we go. Homecoming looking to be happy for York. And they will have a game with Downers North next week, looking to finish over 500. Connors rolling. Stay in bounds, stay on your feet. Finally brought down by Ramel Connor. And Connors down at the 39.
And I think that'll be the ball game.
20 seconds and running, that will be the ball game. 9-7 York, looking to pull out the victory. Eric Anderson's 10-yard touchdown run with 8:14 left, capping a 58-yard drive and a homecoming victory for the York Dukes. 1 second and nothing on the clock.
97 in favor of the Dukes of York.
Gary Grauwinkel happy as he works his way across the field to congratulate Proviso West for a very, very good effort.
And remember to stick around.
John Wilson working his way across as we look at the handshakes. There's John meeting Grauwinkel. Boy, Proviso West losing by 2 to Hinsdale Central 2 weeks ago. They lose by 2 again tonight, and you can't really come much closer than they have to being on the cusp of the playoffs.
Well, that's a shame because a lot of the teams that aren't accustomed to winning, they get into close games and somehow they always manage to find a way to come up a little short. I don't necessarily think they did anything to lose the game here tonight. The Dukes of York just took advantage of the late opportunity and made the best of it and got that late score to go up top 9-7. And Proviso West fought hard. They got a turnover, created a fumble, but offensively they just couldn't get it going. They tried their polecat, didn't work, and York shut them down, and York evens off their record on the year now, sitting at 4-4.
Definitely York #1 tonight. The victory lap. Hey, look at this. Is that York known for their cross-country success over the years? And oh, Joe Newton, the veteran coach, would be proud as some of the students are out running on a Friday night. Boy, at York, they never stop running. They've got about 20 state titles to show for it. Football-wise tonight, York 198 yards to 166 for Proviso West. Great defense both ways. If you were with us all night, you could see that. Rory Mira, Brian Fay, and Ramel Connor, Anand Miller on the other side of the ball. So many great defensive players. The turnovers, though, 3 for York, 1 for Proviso West. But that key drive, 58 yards by York at the end, proving to be the difference. Our thanks to everyone here at York and, of course, Kevin Krebs. Pleasure working with you again. We will see you next week, folks. As you see, this has been a Continental Cablevision Sports production. Thanks for joining us. So long, everybody.